Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of War. I think they did fix the audio bug. I don't have to go into the settings and save my audio every time I load the game, so that's nice. Do I get, yeah, there we go. Had my HUD turned off. We are going to go dig some of this metal we found. At least until I get frustrated with the rope shovel. Then we might just move some material off the face here. That's kind of the plan for today. Getting some material into the plant. And I can't decide what I want to do here, but for now I'm going to dig it with this rope shovel and see how that goes. I might end up just building a road over to that hopper and then just kind of run back and forth with the wheel loader. We'll see how it goes. Let's hop in here. And then I got to remember how this works. I grab my controller. It's all tangled up in my headphone cord. Nice. Oh, it's tied itself into a pretzel, too. How do cords do that? They just sit here overnight and they tie themselves into pretzels. Let's see. So that's view. And with this button... Yeah, okay. So that's up and down. That's in and out. That's curl. Let's see what kind of damage I can do here. So we need to go down and out. And then let's curl out a bit. Curl in. That's weird. It moved my view even though I was holding the button. I think my controller might be getting a little old. Okay, and then that comes back up. And we can, in theory, dump right into the truck. There we go. Okay, we're curled all the way out. I gotta get used to how the geometry on this thing works. So we just scoop the bucket in, curl it up. Oops, bang into the truck like a noob. There we go. This doesn't work too bad. It just doesn't, it doesn't move a lot of material. Oops. Come on. Nope. In and up. There we go. Nope, nope, nope. I don't have any muscle memory for this. So it is very confusing to the old brain. Okay, so we need to go down, and then we're going to come in, and then curl that up. There we go. And then both sticks towards me to bring that up. We're losing a lot of stuff. I think it's falling out the back, because this is such a shallow bucket. I'm not doing a very good job. See, there's no back on the bucket. I'm not doing a good job of keeping the bucket the right level. All right, come in. That is curled all the way out. So when I bring this up, yeah, I need to keep it more level-ish. So, I don't know why there's not a back to the bucket. I'm sure there's a good reason for that. I don't know if were these used to dig in wet areas and that's so the water could escape? I don't know. Somebody will know. Somebody in the comments will set me straight. Some of you guys have actual experience with these. I am but a noob. Yeah, sometimes it's moving my view. Keep that bucket level. I'm not really able to get to the front of the truck very well. Oops. What I would like is a toggle between track mode and boom mode. Then I don't have to keep holding the button down. But I don't know that that's an option. We go to controls. Excavator. I guess I could change. I could just change the setup. So to move, I have to use the modifier. Should be looking at controller. Yeah, I would have to go reset up all these controls. I'm not gonna do that right now, but I may look to do that in the future. Then I can dig, because you're not tracking around very much, so it'd make more sense to have that use the modifier. At least in my mind. Alright, speaking of tracking, I need to actually back up. Which I thought was that button? No. No, go away. Don't need inventory. Yeah, low, high. Get the controls back up here. How do I move the tracks? Oh, it's trigger, not controls. Yeah, so I should put the view probably on the modifier, maybe. Oh, I see. Yeah, you steer with the stick. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Now it's... Oh, did I put the tracks? Okay, let's just go backwards. I'll use the keyboard. I haven't used the excavators very much with the controller, so I'm very confused. Alright, let's try that. So I want to get down into this stuff right here. Yeah, that's the ticket. Bring that up, curl up a bit. Now I probably can't reach the truck. I sort of can. Alright, I'm curled all the way, so we're just going to have to go for it. I think most of it went in the truck. Okay, back down we go. There we go. Got a nice big scoop. But I'm going to need to move the truck, so let me hop out here real quick. Let's try parking this beside the excavator. Like that. We'll see how we do. Alright, back over to the controller, and then... oh, that's probably too far away, isn't it? No, I think that'll work. It does have a fairly long boom arm on it. Alright, so I want to go out, and then we can uncurl. Yeah, that'll work. Beautiful. Well, as beautiful as me running an excavator can get. Nope. Nope. Come on, get up. There you go. We're going to get a truck full here, eventually. This has a tiny bucket on it. Compared to a modern excavator. I don't know if that's because the hydraulics couldn't handle, you know, the load. We have a cable system here. Maybe it could only do so much. I don't know why the buckets are so much bigger on modern equipment. Alright, let's come in a little bit. Get right in this pocket of good stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it keeps moving my view even though I have the button pushed down. I'm gonna blame my controller. Alright, let's get a couple scoops in the middle here. Nope. See, a really good operator would be moving like all the time. I have to kind of take it easy because I'm getting used to the controls. But this doesn't work too bad for, oops, did it again, for this application. Yeah, lost some out the back there. So not quite a full scoop. Alright, let's go dump the truck. Actually, is that parking? Yeah, that's the parking brake. And I'm trying to untangle my controller cables. Hey, there we go. Oh, it didn't tie itself in the knot. It was just twisted around. Okay, let's hop out of here. Let's go dump in and see what we got. Then I do need to like smooth out a road here. Get the dozer over here and push a little bit, and then probably buy a roller. Hey, we got a load with a rope shovel. That's something. There we go. Thumbnail material. And then let's just do this. We'll just pull right in here. Yeah, something like that. Cool. Well, let's go run the wheel loader for a little bit. I think that will be the thing to do. Give this guy a rust. Running the rope shovel would be good for like a stream sometime. Just sit there and just run the rope shovel. It takes just short of forever to get anything done with the rope shovel. Alright, we did get a bunch of iron ore in there, so that's chugging through. Excellent. So let's work a little bit on the face here. We have a little bit more pay dirt right in here, but I think I need to get some explosives out as well. Although the pay dirt does go, it looks like it may follow the slope because it's going up there on the left. Easy there, girl, easy. Rid of that. Some of that was dirt, but there was also a bunch of pay dirt in it. Speaking of pay dirt, woo, look at all this. Good old L11, man. Just look how much material we're moving. Love it. We're at just over level 38. I haven't really looked into how to min-max the XP. I've always just kind of played the game. There's probably a way to min-max that. But if we take a look at vehicles and we go to, is it under excavators? We have to get all the way up to 52 before we get kind of the first bigger one. And that's only 7 yards. The one we have right now, 1.8. This guy is 2.1, so over 3 times as much. Once we get to level 52, but it's a pretty good jump up to 52. Now what's the biggest? So we have the 500, which is basically 5 yards. Yeah, 4.8. So really, that's kind of the biggest we got right now. 5 yards. Right? With the long boom. Be fun if we got really deep to use one of these, but just kind of for the novelty of it. Alright, let's get this shelf here. Alright, get your butt down. It's gonna make a caterpillar joke, like it was a cat and he its butt up in the air. Alright, do I have any explosives left? I do not. So let's go buy some Draymite. Let's get like 20 more of those. Let's get some of this dirt cleared out. On you. Whoa! I know, the jumping is ridiculous. If I could jump normally in the game, I would, but this is the only jump we got. Let's come along there, and then let's blast some of this out as well. Alright, let's do some boom booms. Ready for some boom booms? Let's capture this in its full cinematic glory here. Potential thumbnail material. Fire in the hole. There we go. Oops, I'm inside the container. Cleared it off a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the pay dirt is going up. It's going up through here. So let's clear out some of this. I think this is just kind of overburden. So the explosives are different and have different uses. A lot of them are for fracturing rock, but the Draymite in particular just deletes material. So it's good for just getting rid of dirt. Like that. Maybe maybe one more set along there, so let's just go buy another 20. I like having it on 9 because that's where my muscle memory remembers it being. So let's just clear off a little bit more of this. There we go. Alright, how are we looking? You all ran down through already. You sucked in all that material. Nice. Let's get back to work. So, like I said, we're mostly moving material in this episode. I think next episode, we're going to work on the plant a little bit. We'll do like some catwalks and just kind of general sprucing up, making it look better. So we'll do an episode of that. Kind of mix it up a little bit. I don't want it to always be just digging in the ground, although that is kind of the main point of the game. It's all about the variety. 106.5. The Arch. That's a local radio station here in the St. Louis area. Shout out to my Midwest friends. We should have a bunch of gold and stuff from all this pay dirt we've been running through. We'll check the clean out. It's not really a clean out because we're not using mats and stuff, but you know what I mean. Go check the yield. So I would expect this pay dirt to eventually turn to rock as we get into the mountain. And then we will, if we get into rock, we'll once again have to upgrade our plant. We're not set up to handle rock at the moment. Alright, it's about time to put down some more concrete blocks. Come on. Get over the edge. There you go. Can't wait to see what they come up with the physics update. Alright, we need some concrete blocks. So let's start snapping those down. Dug down, I think just enough that we can snap these in. Yeah, man. There you go. You have about a fourth of the block exposed. It snaps a lot easier. Oops. Well, 0 for 2 there, snapping that block in place. Alrighty, fresh new road to the face. We'll kind of undercut that a bit and then probably blow the rest of it. Might try like dynamite or something and see if the dirt would actually fall down. That could be fun. Just cleaning up the dirt. I know you shouldn't transport with your bucket this high. It's just a game though, so the consequences are pretty light. Whee! Come on, settle down. Need some more junk in my trunk, apparently. Yeah, pay dirt goes up pretty high, doesn't it? So we may want to blast that down so we can just scoop it up. Do a little bit of an undercut here and then we'll try some explosives. See if we can bring that down. So even with the cheapest belt power, like 1x or whatever it is, you can move a lot of material. So I think in single player, there's not really much need to go past 1x. Unless you just want to. Multiplayer with lots of people putting stuff in with big dump trucks and stuff. That's when you need the higher speed conveyors. Should also check on the coal supply when we go check our cleanout. Speaking of cleanout, aren't they making another gold mining simulator? Need to take a look at that. Seems like I saw some chatter about that. Was it Gold Rush the game? I forget what it was called. I think they renamed it to Gold Mining Simulator. And now they're making Gold Mining Simulator 2. I think they probably lost their, or the contract or whatever with Discovery ran out, so they had to rename it. Be my guess. Played some of that back in the day. It was fun. It was just so grindy. It's one of those games that I had fun with, but it just takes so long. I didn't have the time for it. There's too many other cool games out here to play. Alright, let's go back to explosives. Let's just get some good old ammo. It's nice and cheap. Then this should knock it down. It doesn't delete it. Oh, I need a ladder. Anybody got a ladder I can borrow? See if we can bunny hop our way to victory here. Sorta did. Fire in the hole. There we go. Let's see, it kind of falls down. Nope. Almost made it. Come on, you. That'll bring some of that down. Sort of. If we just did like this. It explodes in the order you put it down. Yeah, that might kind of work. And of course, we've got the weird little spots here, so we'll just blow those. Cool beans. So that's how you can use the different explosives. Then Dramite and the other explosives. Sorry, Dramite is deletion. All their explosives will fracture rock and cause material to just fall, break. And they have different radiuses. Of course, the more expensive stuff has a bigger radius. So once you get to solid rock, then you have to blast it in order to scoop it up. You used to be able to drill into solid rock with the tunneler, but you can't do that anymore. Unless, at least you couldn't last time I tried it. You have to blast it and then bore into it. I got high centered back there. Let's take a little more off of here so we don't get stuck. This is just dirt, so we'll move some of this over here. Could bring the dozer over actually and have some fun pushing. Need to move my truck. Whee! Might put down one more layer of concrete there. Alright, let's get the shovel over here out of the way. Yeah, I think we'll finish up with some dozer work after I move my truck. Didn't really use this too much. I drove over here, like I spawned way over there somewhere. So I drove over to the mountain. And that's pretty much all I needed the truck for. Somebody asked in the comments if you could put stuff in the back of the truck, and you can't. It just falls through. Unless that's changed recently. That blaze is tilted. Is it tilted? It's tilted, isn't it? No, that's that. How do I tilt the blade? Not sure what that's doing. Yeah, that goes up and down. Ah, there we go. It did get tilted a little bit to one side. I like to keep it pretty much level. I forgot this one could tilt. I was thinking it couldn't, but it can actually tilt. I just don't use that too much because it just gets all out of whack. Makes it harder to use. Alright, let's go to concrete block. So finicky. Here we go. Just gonna leave this on simple automatic for now. So I literally just want to push this dirt out of the way. I don't even really care where it goes. Just needs to go away. Alright, how stuck can we get this dozer? Rawr. It actually behaves pretty well. You just move in dirt and don't care where it goes. Works out pretty good. Beauty. Yeah, now we need a roller. Try to get some of this smoothed out. Ridges here will knock off, and then we'll call that good, I think. I think it has a little bit of material in there for some reason. Alright, we'll shut you down, noisy beast. Then yeah, for building roads and stuff, I think it might be good to have a roller. Put my explosives back down there. Go look at vehicles. We have, was it under paving? Yeah. So we've got this roller here. Yeah, let's get one of those. Some of the area around here could definitely use some flattening. We'll get our orange and our chain wheel. I think we need 2 of those. Calculations are correct. And we'll bring up the inventory. Swap those out. Beauty. And this will let us smooth out the dirt. You can do it with a shovel. This is probably a little faster, plus it's more fun for big projects. So this will be good for smoothing out over there between that dig and the plant. And then just smoothing out dozer work like we did here. See, it just smooths it and flattens it out. Very nice. All right, let's go see what we got in the cleanout. Also check our coal supply. Sell that back. Mighty leap over the conveyor. And we might as well shut this down. Oh yeah, we got so much coal, it's ridiculous. So, yeah, we'll not waste it. But next episode, like I said, we'll be working on the plant. Let's get it, you know, beautified up a little bit. Some supports where it needs supports, some catwalks and whatnot. I'm not jumping around like this like an idiot. But if we look in here, look what we got. Steel. Wait, how did we get steel? I thought you had to combine it. I forget how that works. But anyway, we might as well sell the dirt. We've got, wow, over 2 stacks of dirt. We need to get diamond and ruby going. We've got a bunch of that now. There we go. That's what. Here's what we got from all that. I don't know for sure what came from the pay dirt, but anyway, that's what we got. Does the smelter make steel? Factory production. Oh, it does. It takes iron ore and makes steel. For some reason, I was thinking you had to use coal. Maybe that's in the manual smelting. You had to have coal as well. Okay. So that does turn that into steel. Nice. And then the high temp sorter. Yeah, it does. Okay, so it is sending it out to be high temp. Got it. Cool. There we go. Lots of stuff. Let's sell our dirt. Those are what, 14? Yeah, 14 grand a pop, so that helps. We're still around 1.1 million. Haven't made a ton of profit yet, but we're just getting started. So that'll do it for this episode, folks. Thanks as always for hanging out. I will catch you in the next adventure. Take care.